Are you on the hunt for the perfect down jacket that can not only be used when you're just walking around town, but can also go with you when you're heading out on your next multi-day hike? Well, today we're diving into the Norrona Falketind Down 750 hooded jacket, your next versatile insulation layer. Stick around to find out why this jacket, this one right here, stands out in the crowded market of down jackets. Let's have a look. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Mauser, and with over 30 years hiking all over the place, as well as being a hiking guide, I'm here to guide you to the best hiking gear and tips to help make your next adventure more memorable. And today we are reviewing this thing. It's the Norrona Falketind Down 750 hooded jacket. And this is a jacket that promises warmth, durability, and versatility. I've put it through its initial paces. I've taken it on a multi-day walk, so it's time to dive in and have a look at the Norrona Falketind Down 750. Let's look at it right now. So first up, we're gonna go through the details of the jacket, the different factors which make it kind of unique, and what I think of the jacket at the end. First up is warmth. So the Falketind Down 750 is packed with 100 grams of 750 fill power down, and that down is packed in a t-shirt configuration. So basically it's up the torso and the body, and then out where these blue bits are here, that's where the down is. This is then complemented with synthetic insulation in areas which are prone to moisture. So that is areas around basically where the dark blue is on me, on the neck there, on the shoulders, and also on the sleeves here. That is your synthetic insulation. So when you do go and try it on the first time, you think, well, there's no down there, but it's because there isn't down in there. There's synthetic insulation, so it does feel a bit thinner and not as padded as the rest of the jacket.
That's interesting.
And this shoulder piece actually does have a bit of down in it as well as synthetic. The synthetic insulation is a recycled synthetic insulation, but they put the down in these areas because that's where you are most wanting to be insulated, on your core sort of area, as well as on the head. When you've got the hoodie on like this, you can certainly get nice and warm. And I love this when I'm out on a really cold day, sort of around my hometown here in Launceston. Lately it's been getting down to -3, -4, and it's just a wonderful jacket to have on in those cold days. Often with just a t-shirt on underneath, I can get around no problems at all. So that is one thing I really love about this, is the combination of down and synthetic materials, which I think make it quite a good option for Tasmanian hiking where you're often in wet conditions. It really is a powerhouse for warmth, especially when you're stopping, when you're out on the trail, when you're on a hike. I will just get this out of my pack, chuck it on. If it's raining, I'll put my raincoat on over the top, but I'll put this on at break time just to keep me warm. It'd be too hot to hike in. It's an insulation layer that I would wear around camp and during those breaks. And generally I am layering up with my other thermal base layers and my other insulating layers before I put this on as well. But around camp, when you are just hanging out, this jacket is absolutely fantastic. I have also had it in the rain as well. I've worn it around town in the rain, and I haven't had an issue with getting wet. Sure, the fabric that we got here, which is a 20D ripstop, and this light blue color you see here is made with something called an aero down-proof face fabric, and this provides weather protection, and it also stops the down from escaping from the jacket as well. And I've definitely noticed that with a new down jacket, you often get feathers and stuff sort of coming out as it's sort of getting to the right sort of fill, I guess. But with this one, you don't see feathers coming out. Around some of the seams, you can see little bits of feathers maybe, but minimal. Nothing's escaping. It's also really nice and soft to touch. It feels like a really nice jacket. If I compare it to something like my other down jacket, the Arc'teryx Cerium LT, then I do like this material a lot better than on the Cerium, I've got to say. So I really like those features. Some other features that the jacket does have. Let's look at weight and packability. So I'm wearing a men's large. I'm about 6'4", and it's a perfect fit for me. They have it cut in what is called a technical fit, so it's a bit more form fitting to the body, and I really like it. The way the arms are shaped, they sort of conform to the arm really nicely. Like, it's not just one long tube, it's got a bit of a shape to it, which is a feature I really like with all the Norrona gear. I've got a few of their shirts and stuff as well, and it's a really nice fitting clothing. But I digress. We were talking weight and packability, and again, yeah, I am in a large men's. According to my scales, this weighs about 445 grams, which when I compare it to a similar sort of warmth and insulation synthetic jacket like my Arc'teryx Atom AR hoodie. This is a bit lighter because it's down, or largely down, and comes in at around nearly 100 grams less than the Arc'teryx Atom AR that I have used in the past for my sort of insulation layer. And it may be slightly heavier than some of the competitors on a similar sort of size and warmth to weight ratio, but I think what you're getting here is better durability. Now it does pack down into the right hand pocket here. It goes into there quite easily. There is a bit of you'll see there that the pocket doesn't completely unzip there. That's sort of as far as it goes. That can make it a little cumbersome when you are trying to pack it inside itself. But again, I generally don't do that with down jackets. I generally just stuff them into the pack. I find that works fine for me, or I'll roll it into the hood. I generally don't really use that because they ended up taking up more space if I just stuff them into a ball anyway. So I'll just fit them into nooks and crannies of my pack. So in that respect, if I'm going to put it down in those nooks and crannies of the pack, it's quite packable, and that didn't present any issues for me. In terms of construction and durability, well, you'll see this light blue fabric, which they call the main face fabric. They call it the aero downproof face fabric, and it's made from a 20 denier nylon, which is treated with a PFC free durable water repellent finish, which does add to that water repellency. I've worn this in the rain a bit, and you'll see it sort of beading on the top. If you wear it in a downpour, it's going to get wet. That is just the way it is. Then the exposed areas like the shoulders and the sleeves, where this dark blue fabric is a 45 denier recycled nylon, and that provides better long-lasting durability in those high wear and tear areas like on the shoulders where you may have a pack on your back. I will give a more detailed review down the track, but after sort of 3 or 4 months, it's looking pretty good. It's got what they call a storm hood. I've gone into stuff like this before, but a storm hood that goes all the way over like this. So you could wear a helmet under there if you need. I've got a hat on now and it's quite comfortable. On the back, you do have a single adjustment strap. You can use your one hand to adjust this strap if you want to. If you've got one hand free, very easily, and then you can loosen it off as well. But you can really get quite rugged up and warm inside this storm hood. It's really nice. It's got pockets as well. It's got 3 pockets, is it? And it's got the 3 pockets, great for hand warmth, really good insulation in those there. And then it's also got this chest pocket, which is fine to fit a phone in. That's very roomy actually. I can easily fit an iPhone 14 Pro in there. There's plenty of room for more. I could put a beanie and gloves in there as well if I wanted. So that is a great feature. I mean, I probably do miss the internal pocket that some jackets have, but I mean, the size of that front one does the trick, and it feels kind of internal anyway. The amount of insulation that's on the inside of that, it's fine. I think that isn't really a worry for me. If you do like an internal pocket, then that is something to think about. It then also has the hem adjusters around the base as well, which are essential in any jacket, I think. So they are there as well, and they just help keep air from escaping. I really think they're essential when you're buying an insulated jacket. And in terms of fit and sizing, well, like I said, I am in a large. I'm about 6'4". I'm about 88 kilograms, and this jacket fits me perfectly. It's really a nice size, and I can layer under this very easily with my base layer and then another fleece layer, and be very comfortable with all those layers on. Last week I had it on with a singlet, a thermal layer and a fleece layer, and I was more than happy. I didn't feel bulky or sort of overlayered, and I can move around without restriction. It feels really good when I'm walking around. And again, I will walk home from my work, and on a cold morning will be quite comfortable walking this. I can zip it open to adjust the temperature, but I'll just have a t-shirt on underneath and certainly not be uncomfortable, not be cold, and it could be -2 or 3 degrees. In terms of other interesting features that I sort of learnt after I've sort of bought this jacket, things about Norrona. They're a family-owned company in Norway, based in Norway, but they certainly, I would put them up there with someone like Patagonia in terms of their brand reputation. They are very good. They are using the Oecotex certified fabric system, which is a worldwide independent test and certification system, and they ensure that the use of chemicals is aligned or exceeds national and international rules and standards. They're using a PFC-free, durable, water-repellent finish. They're using Blue Sign certified fabric. Blue Sign tests and educates textile factories to eliminate harmful substances from production processes and defines control standards for a sustainable and safe production. And on their website, when you look at the product, you can even go down and you can see the name of the factory, where the jacket is made, and how long they've been working with them, all the details on the factory where it's made as well. So they're trying to be as transparent as possible with their customers who are buying these products. So their commitment to eco-friendly practices make this jacket a responsible choice for environmentally conscious hikers. And what about comparisons to other jackets? Well, in the past, I have worn both the Cerium LT hoodie, it's one of my long-term down jackets I've had, as well as the Patagonia down sweater. I had the down sweater without the hoodie, but I think after wearing this thing for 3 or 4 months, already I prefer this to both those other jackets.
Why? Why?
Why, do you ask? Well, the durability, for a start, it certainly feels much more durable than the Cerium LT. I have had to have the zipper replaced on my Cerium LT jacket. Now, the Cerium LT is about 100 grams less than this one. Does it provide the same level of warmth? Look, initially I probably thought it did, but I've worn the Cerium LT a little bit lately just to compare it, and I don't think it is quite as warm as this. It's got a similar feel, all that sort of stuff, but I just feel warmer in this, I really do. And this one, again, the durability in this feels much better than the Cerium LT, which I've got small holes and stuff on. I'm not going to get that as much on here because I've got a different 45 denier nylon there on this jacket, whereas in the Cerium LT, it's the same fabric all over. I think it's probably a 20 denier, I'm guessing, on the Cerium LT. And certainly this would be better with weather protection than the Cerium LT. That's just the nature of the fabrics they've used on the outer sort of face of the jacket. But again, having said that, when you compare the pricing, and let's have a quick look now, the Cerium LT is not a cheap jacket if you can find it. So these days they call it the Cerium hoodie. They don't call it the Cerium LT, but looking at that, $660 for the Cerium hoodie in the men's. The Norrona Falketind is 369 euros, but Norrona have a online factory outlet. That's actually where I bought this thing. I got it for nearly half price at the time. I had to go with this color because that was the only one available, but I think it looks pretty good. So that is one of the things I love about them too. They've got an outlet online. You join up, link will be below. You can join up via my link. There is some sort of affiliate status that I have with them, so be aware of that. But if you join, you'll get points to use towards your next purchase, and I'll get some points too. But it's certainly worthwhile. And when you join the loyalty program and get access to the outlet, you get a 7-year warranty on your jacket and on anything you buy in there. 7 years warranty. So that would be general wear and tear, I'd imagine. If something breaks on it, you can send it back and they'll repair it, or you contact them and there you go. But that is a pretty good deal, I think. And when you look at the prices, so the Cerium hoodie is around 660 Australian dollars. If you bought this at full price, it would be around 600 Australian dollars. So comparable pricing. And the Patagonia down sweater, well, I have worn that a bit. Again, I wouldn't even really put this in the same league as that, mainly because this feels warmer to me. And again, the durability, I think it's just got both those other jackets hands down in terms of durability. And the hood, the whole hood with this, I haven't worn the Patagonia down sweater with the hoodie, but the hood on this, once you get that storm hood up, it just feels fantastic. It feels almost like you're in a tight little sleeping bag, and it's a really good setup. But I do think this is more made for your sort of hiking and technical stuff, more so than those other jackets. And certainly the Patagonia down sweater is a great casual jacket to just be wearing around town, whereas I find this would suffice for both hiking and for around town. This might be a bit too hardcore for around town, but
I don't think so.
I'm wearing it because I love it so much. So that is my initial foray into the Norrona Falketind Down 750 hooded jacket. Is it worth the price? Well, I think so. Yes, it is. I wouldn't hesitate to buy another one of these. This is an awesome jacket. I am absolutely in love with it. It's versatile, it's durable, and it's really warm, and it's already performed well in various conditions on a winter trip down Tasmania's overland track. So whether you're trekking in Tasmania or just hiking around your local trails, I think this jacket is going to be a pretty reliable companion. If you found this review helpful, then hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon. You'll get notified when the weekly video drops. Sign up to the newsletter down below. In the meantime, go and check out this video where I go into my layering system and all things layering and what I wear.